Most men believe that to make a woman regret leaving, they have to do something. They think they need to send that one perfect text, explain their side of the story, or post a flashy photo to prove they're doing better. They are wrong. In the world of Stoicism, power isn't found in what you say, it's found in the silence you leave behind. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." When she walks away, she expects you to be broken. She expects you to chase. She expects you to be predictable. But today, I'm going to show you a Stoic law so powerful it creates an unbearable silence. A silence that forces her to face the reality of what she actually lost. We aren't talking about no contact as a game. We are talking about the law of voluntary scarcity. By the end of this video, you will understand why your absence is the only tool you have left to rebuild your worth. If you are ready to stop begging and start leading, pay close attention. The shift in power starts now. Let's look at the first mistake nearly all men make, the explanation. When someone loses interest, your instinct is to fix it. You want to explain why you're a good man. You want to remind her of the memories. You want to plead for a logic that doesn't exist in the realm of attraction. But Stoicism teaches us the dichotomy of control. Epictetus told us that some things are within our power, and some are not. Her feelings and her attraction are outside your power. Your dignity, however, is 100% within your control. When you explain yourself, you are essentially saying, "My value depends on you understanding me." This is the ultimate sign of a weak frame. You are begging for a seat at a table where you aren't wanted. Every word you speak to fix the situation is a brick you are removing from your own foundation. The Stoic does not explain. The Stoic acts. Because a man who is truly high value doesn't feel the need to convince anyone of it. If someone chooses to walk out of your life, the Stoic response isn't "Wait, let me tell you why you're wrong." The Stoic response is to open the door and wish them well on their path. To understand why this silence works, you must understand the biology of the chase. Human beings are hardwired to value what is elusive. When you chase someone, you are sending a biological signal that you are below them. You are the hunter, and they are the prize. But the moment the hunter stops moving, the dynamic shifts. The Stoics called this tapatheia, not the absence of feeling, but the mastery over it. When you stop the chase, you aren't just being stubborn, you are reclaiming your energy. Think of your energy like a currency. Every time you check her profile, every time you ask a mutual friend how she's doing, you are spending that currency. You are making yourself poor. A master knows that his energy is his most precious resource. By withdrawing it completely, you force the other person to wonder where that energy went. They begin to feel the cold of your absence. This is the beginning of the shift. It is the moment she realizes that her pedestal was actually built by your attention, and without it, she is standing on the ground just like everyone else. Now, we reach the core of our strategy, the law of voluntary scarcity. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, understood that nothing is truly appreciated until it is gone. In a breakup, you are currently an infinite resource. She knows she can text you and get a reply. She knows she can call and you'll answer. Because you are always available, you have no value. You are like the air, vital, but ignored because it's everywhere. To create regret, you must become scarce. This isn't just about not texting. It's about a mental withdrawal. When you master this law, you don't just stop talking, you stop noticing. You become emotionally unreachable. Think about the psychology here. When you go silent, her mind, which was once filled with your noise, is suddenly filled with a vacuum. And the human brain hates a vacuum. It begins to fill that silence with questions. Is he mad? Did he find someone else? Why isn't he chasing me like everyone else does? By removing the supply of your attention, the demand for your validation begins to skyrocket. But here is the catch, you cannot fake this. If you are sitting by your phone waiting for her to regret it, you haven't mastered the law. You are still her prisoner. You must truly be okay with the silence. Marcus Aurelius spoke often of the internal citadel, a fortress inside your mind where no external event can reach you. When a relationship ends, most men find their fortress walls crumbling. They allow the outside world to dictate their internal peace. Mastering silence is the first step in rebuilding those walls. It requires a level of discipline that most people simply do not possess. It means sitting with the discomfort of being misunderstood. It means resisting the urge to set the record straight. This discipline is what creates the aura of mystery that leads to regret. A woman doesn't regret losing a man she can predict, she regrets losing the man who was so centered in his own life that his world didn't end when she left it. This citadel becomes your greatest asset. It makes you unfazed by rejection and, ironically, that lack of fear is exactly what makes you most attractive. This brings us to the concept of amor fati, the love of fate. Most men view a breakup as a tragedy. They see it as a loss. A Stoic views it as an assignment. This is the part where the regret becomes permanent. While she is enjoying her new single life, expecting you to be home moping, you are practicing amor fati. You aren't just dealing with the loss, you are loving it. You are using the pain as high-octane fuel for your transformation. Imagine her surprise when, months from now, she sees a version of you that is physically stronger, mentally sharper, and financially more stable. She expects to find the same man she left. Instead, she finds a stranger wearing your face. This creates a psychological snap. She begins to realize that she didn't just lose you, she lost the potential of who you were becoming. She sees that while she was looking for better, you were actually the one who was the upgrade. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts are focused on your own empire, your color becomes magnetic. You aren't recovering from her. You are outgrowing her. And there is no greater regret for someone than realizing they jumped off a ship that was headed for the stars. Let's talk about the moment the regret actually hits. We call this the validation vacuum. When she left, she likely felt a surge of relief. She had the power. But power is a fleeting thing. Eventually, her new life will hit a boring Tuesday night. She'll have a bad day at work. She'll meet someone who treats her poorly. In that moment, she will reach for her phone. She'll look for the safety net of your validation. And she will find nothing. This is the Stoic law of emotional indifference. By being indifferent to her absence, you prove that she was never the source of your happiness. This is the ultimate cold move. It's not mean. It's not aggressive. It's just over. When someone realizes they can no longer affect your mood, they realize they have lost their access pass to your life. The regret doesn't come from the memories, it comes from the realization that she is no longer important. You have returned her to the status of a stranger. And for someone who once held the most intimate place in your heart, being a stranger is a terrifying demotion. Regret is not a loud emotion. It is a quiet ghost that haunts the what-if moments of her life. By maintaining total silence, you give that ghost room to grow. If you speak, you give her something to dislike. If you argue, you give her a reason to justify her departure. But if you are silent, she has nothing to fight against but her own memories. She will remember the best versions of you, because you aren't around to remind her of the worst. This is the paradox of the Stoic law. By doing nothing, you are doing everything. You are allowing the natural laws of human psychology to work in your favor. You are becoming a legend in her mind rather than a nuisance in her inbox. As time passes, the what-if becomes louder. What if he was the one? What if I made a mistake? These questions only grow in the soil of silence. If you break that silence, you kill the questions. If you keep it, you let them consume her. Many will listen to these words and feel a temporary surge of motivation, only to fall back into old habits when the loneliness hits at 2 in the morning. Stoicism is not a coat you put on when it's cold, it is the skin you live in. The regret she feels is a byproduct of your strength, but that strength must be forged in the moments when no one is watching. Every time you resist the urge to check her social media, you are winning a battle in a war for your own soul. You are teaching your brain that you are no longer a slave to your impulses. This is where true freedom lies. It is not in the absence of pain, but in the mastery of it. When you reach this level of indifference, you don't just become attractive to her, you become a magnetic force to the world at large. Opportunities, respect, and new connections will gravitate toward you because you are a man who cannot be shaken by the whims of another. We conclude with the final and most difficult Stoic law, the view from above. Zoom out. In the grand scheme of your life, which may span 80 or 90 years, this relationship is a single grain of sand on a vast beach. Why are you letting a single grain of sand dictate your worth? The reason she'll regret losing you isn't because you won the breakup. It's because you had the character to stay true to yourself when it was hard. You didn't beg. You didn't chase. You didn't explain. You simply chose to be a man of virtue. If you've reached this part of the video, it means you're already ahead of 90% of men. You have the patience to listen and the discipline to learn. But learning isn't enough. You must apply. Tomorrow morning, don't check her story. Don't look at old photos. Wake up, look in the mirror, and realize that your silence is your superpower. You are the prize. You always have been. You just forgot for a second. If this message resonated with you, type "I am the master" in the comments. It lets me know you finished the journey. And if you're ready to master your inner dialogue next, click the video on the screen now. Stay stoic. Stay silent. Stay powerful.